Hi, welcome back, guys. First of all, I want to give everybody a happy Ramadan Mubarak, to everybody who's fasting. It's the holy month of Ramadan, so congratulations to everybody, and be pious, be good, and make sure to follow the book. All right, so that's the important thing. When I mean the book, I mean the Quran, right? I want to give you a little bit of a market update today. So I'm not going to talk about anything. We're not doing any CBDC or any other stuff. I'm not answering any questions. This is just what's going on in the market, what I see. So just a quick update, basically. We know the market currently, and I'm going to talk about the global market cap for cryptocurrency. We're very close to 2.2 trillion at this present moment. I think it's 2.178 or 2.2. I mean, you can say close enough, right? We can round it off, almost close to 2.2. I did this funny thing the other day, and of course a lot of people are coming out with it, which is a different thing. I don't really care about that, so it doesn't matter. You know what, if it helps and benefits people, if someone takes the info that I've given and they're using it in their channel and it helps people to understand and see a bigger picture, by all means, you know what, I've got no issues. I've got no copyright on my videos. You can take my video and put it on if you want. I'm not going to copyright you, so you're good with that. Don't worry about that. We're talking about, so we're close enough. We know the market's pumping big. Last night there was a slight correction in the market, so a whole bunch of money was dumped, and then around 6 a.m. UK time, it started picking back up again, and that's when I thought, okay, now I'm going to go bed, and everything seems good. And majority of the dump that I saw was actually happening in BNB. So BNB had a massive dump, right? I can't remember how many billion it was, but it was a massive dump in BNB. But I'm glad to see BNB's holding the line, holding support, which is good. Unfortunately, what BNB did in the last few days wasn't good, right? So this is what I'm trying to explain here, is the pump in BNB was so parabolic that it just didn't give itself enough time to create a support or or find resistance, but it just kept on going up, right? So currently, obviously, the new resistance would be the 630 or something dollars, I believe, right? Something like that, the all-time high. So that's going to be the new resistance, right? But when it went up there, it didn't give itself enough time or enough data, enough locations for it to create some support. So I'm quite glad that it found support finally at 570 or something dollars, right? It found that, which makes me happy, because I was worried. I mean, at one point yesterday, it went all the way down to 530, and this is hilarious, right? I had a sell order at 530, and we went to 530 point something cents. So because of that, my sell order did not fill, and I'm so glad it didn't happen, because I'm panicking, right? I'm panicking. It's like, what the market's dumping, right? So by a few cents I got saved, right? I'll be honest with you, by a few cents I got saved. So it was a massive dump, right? And then I could see the money shifting into BTC, money shifting into Ethereum, money shifting into all sorts of other currencies. So a lot of people have made it. But do I think the BNB pump is over? I don't think so. BNB's still got a few more days left in it for us to decide whether the pump is over or not, right? But right now, I think the pump is still highly likely because we haven't had the burn yet. And that's what's important, right? Once the burn comes in, then we might see a massive dump. But before that, I think we're going to carry on. So that's BNB. Ethereum decided to go and create an all-time high, and what was beautiful was when Ethereum did it, it did face some resistance, but it decided to hold. And even on a red candle, this is funny, it was bullish on a red candle, right? And those are the kind of things you want to see, right? It's like, okay, what's going to happen in the market right now? When you look at that massive long wick, people are trying to sell off and trying to control the market. Like bears are trying to say, okay, no, we don't want it to go up, right? So the story is the bears don't want it to go up. And then you see every hour, right, or every 4 hours, there's been a battle where Ethereum says, no, that's where we want to be. So Ethereum had its first target. I don't know if you know from my previous charts, you can see it on any of the videos. I've said Ethereum has to go to the first target would be 2,200. I think it was 2,220, and it held that very well. In fact, today for a good few hours it held support, and then it broke up, and now actually it created a brand new all-time high. I think it's looking to go to the 2,300, and then it will be looking to go to the 2,400. After the 2,400, it might be a bit bumpy or whatever, but ultimately the high target is 2,700, right? So is it achievable? Definitely. We're too close not to achieve it, right? So that's what it is. So Ethereum's definitely going to do that. Also, other altcoins, a lot of people have noticed, like Cardano, this, that, whatever, everybody's pumping. But I've mentioned something about Polkadot, right? So yesterday, Polkadot, Gavin Wood from Polkadot, he had he was doing a live stream with somebody, and who was it? Come on. Anyway, the name's gone from my head, right? He was doing a live stream, and he was mentioning about some of the stuff, and confirmed some of the dates about the blockchain going live, right? So that's a good thing. We know it's going to happen in June. I forgot what date you said, but it was in June, right? So it will make sense for a lot of people to start kind of jumping into this. And so far, one other thing to mention is Polkadot is still actually in price discovery. This is a funny fact, right? Polkadot is still having price discovery. So Polkadot, we have no idea what it could be worth. So it could easily jump, double its price, or probably triple, quadruple, or the idea is it will definitely take a small percentage of Ethereum's market share, right? Which is doing already, because Ethereum currently 12% of the total market. If Polkadot ends up taking 1/3 of it, it's no surprise. So this is what we got to look at, right? Who's going to take what market share? So this is what it is, right? By all means, Ethereum could always stay 12%. It doesn't matter, but the others could also catch up, right? So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the most dominant coins, right? Anything that has dominance, that's what we're looking at. So let's see what happens. BTC went to 63, and there was a target. We had a target for 62,300. BTC beat that, went there, but then got a little massive rejection. Actually, came back down again. Currently is trying to go back and battle that number. It's fallen within a channel, and the channel is there's a channel between the $62,000 and $66,000, and it's actually fallen within that. And that's quite concerning, because a channel is not a good area to be in. You want to be on a line. So as long as for the next few hours it creates good significant support around those areas, I think we're going to be quite okay, right? So as long as we can create an hourly support, or even a 4-hour, I'm looking for 4-hourly supports, obviously, but if we do create a few hourly supports, should be okay. I don't think we should have a problem, as long as we can stay above the line, right? I've told many people way back in the days, I said there's this number, $39,000 to $65,000. This would be our range for the future bottom of the market. And even if currently, if it goes to 65,000 and it stabilizes, it's actually very healthy. Whatever happens, we just don't want it to go parabolic. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. We do not want it to go parabolic. We want it to stay within the range. We want it to grow slowly, maybe 100 a day. Healthy, very healthy, right? It gives an opportunity for all the altcoins to start pumping as well. Another good thing that's been happening is, obviously, we've had BTC pump, which is great, but the dominance dropped, which is better for altcoins, right? So this is what I was mentioning in one of my videos recently. I said, even if the dominance drops to nothing, it doesn't affect the market, right? BTC dominance can go all the way down. The more it drops, the more dominant other currencies become, and the more valuable they become. So it's definitely, there's good news out there, but I personally think we either stabilize where we are now, or we need to go to that $66,000 or $65,000 mark and stabilize there. Because the problem is when you have this parabolic move, there's too much fear, right? And it's funny, right? So greed becomes fear. The old saying, right? When the market is greedy, be fearful, and when the market is fearful, be greedy. Well, that's what it is, right? When everybody becomes greedy, they kind of forget that, okay, look, something might happen, and they get burnt like this. So we need BTC to stabilize before it does another move, and before we risk, so if we go up parabolic and everyone's panicking, it's like, okay, that could be the top, and they start selling, well, they're gonna have a massive dump. We don't want that. We want it to go go up slowly. So we're protected. The BTC price action is protected. And remember, as I always said, any new all-time highs we're having, these prices have never existed. So there is no kind of a resistance area that we know from the past. We don't know that. We're creating new resistance. We're creating new support, right? So the more important, I think resistance doesn't matter right now, because I mentioned this on another video where I mentioned how it's flashing, I think it was $90 something, and I said $90,000, yeah. And I said, I'm not interested in that number. I'm more interested in the lower number, all right? The reason is because I'm looking for the support, right? Support for me is more important than looking for any all-time highs. I mean, Bitcoin could go to 1 million. Who cares, right? It doesn't matter. That's just Bitcoin doing its thing. But what we should be concerned about is what's going to be our bottom figure, all right? That is more powerful to know than anything else. Because I know a lot of people got excited, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million, Bitcoin's going to go to 500,000, 1 trillion, or whatever, right? It's all good. I mean, when it does, right? If you're not already in it, then what are you worried about it? So a lot of people FOMO in because of that. But as a calm, calm investor, what you should be looking at is what the bottom price is going to be. So currently the bottom price that I'm seeing, and I've mentioned it many times, I'm seeing a range between 32,000 and 39,000. And I'll be honest with you, if it does go to these numbers, it doesn't bother me. I'm still in profit, right? So this is what you have to understand, right? By looking at the lowest figure, I know that if the market does dip down to those numbers, I'm fine. So I hope this kind of makes sense that yes, market's going, market right now, it looks like it's going parabolic. It could potentially go parabolic, but we don't want that. We want to hope and pray it doesn't go parabolic. This will prolong this, and I've been mentioning this quite a bit. If we can stabilize, say for example, I'm not talking about any altcoin, by the way, I'm just talking about Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can stabilize and stay at a specific price without going parabolic, this bull run could last all the way up to for another 12 months, easy. And then there's another video I've made recently, and I've mentioned something. I said, while everyone's been talking about the bull run starting in 2020, for me, my bull run started in 2019, because when the market decided to move up, that's when I jumped in again. I said, right, I'm going to go in. I made a bit of money, X, Y, Z. So this is how sometimes even a bear cycle isn't a bear cycle. I mean, and this whole bull run we're talking about, of course, we're looking at previous history 4 years ago. But what we're forgetting is this is a 10-year cycle we haven't seen before. So maybe it just doesn't do anything. We might not see those big dumps that we saw in the past, and logic dictates we might, or we might not, because logically, right, we've got a lot of institutions coming in, a lot of other, they're going to try and protect the asset. The only reason they're coming is trying to protect the asset in the first place. They've got dollars in their banks, money in their bank, reserve currency sitting in their bank. And they've realized that those money are being depreciated pretty much every day because of the amount of money printing. So of course they want to protect their wealth. To protect their wealth, they've put it into BTC, maybe other altcoins as well, but mostly BTC. And if they put it into BTC, do you think they want to just take their profit and get the hell out, while knowing that basically whatever currency they're going to go in is going to be depreciated even further? Doesn't make any sense. So based on that, I think I think this cycle could go, and we might not even be in a bull market. Because I'm looking at things, I'm like, since 2019, so 2019 we had a mini bull cycle, makes sense, right? 2020 we had a bull cycle, makes sense, but I don't think we're in a bull cycle anymore. I think we're just in price discovery right now. I don't think it's got anything to do with the bull cycle. And I'm sure now that I've said that, some other people are going to come with the same idea and put it on their channel, but it's so good, no worries, yeah? But the point is I think there's a lot more going on here. I don't think we're in the bull run anymore. I know it's crazy for me to say something like this, that I don't think we're in a bull run anymore. That's just freaky, right? But trust me, it's good. It's good. If we're not in a bull run, this is good. Because a lot of people are making a lot of money right now, and you don't make money, right? This is funny. Let me tell you what happens in a bull run. In a bull run, everybody puts money in. They double, triple, quadruple, 10x, whatever, right? Their money. And then at the end of the bull market, they take it all out. And that's it, right? We're in a bear cycle. Well, this one, people are making money, recycling their money, getting far more wealthier, and they're holding onto their Bitcoin. So look at that. That's just amazing. The very reason you enter a bull market is to make money. And everyone's made money. Try and understand what I'm about to say, what I'm saying right now here, right? Everyone comes into this cycle, like a bull cycle, to make money. Double, triple, quadruple, whatever. And then they sell and take their profit, and get out. Well, guess what? Everyone's already done it. I'm not sure about the newcomers, the new retail. That's a different story. But majority of the people who've been in it since 2020 have already done it. They've multiplied it already. That's what I'm trying to say. Look at the bigger picture. So these guys from 2020, everybody that's entered in 2020, right? I'm not talking about the people before that. That's a different story. Those guys have multiplied probably 100 times, right? Forget those guys. We're talking about anybody who entered in 2020. They've already doubled, tripled, 10x their money. I don't think they're getting out. It just doesn't make any sense. So this is why I'm a lot more bullish, but not bullish because of the bull run. I don't think the bull run is there. I think the bull run's finished. It's funny, right? Crazy someone, like me saying this, right? I think the bull run is finished. I don't know why, but that thought keeps on coming. And when you analyze the thought, so I'm not analyzing data, all of it, but there is data involved in there as well. But I'm analyzing the thought and like, well, what if? Because that's what logic says, right? That's what math says. You go in, you put £1, you make £2, you make £3, or by luck, you make £10 out of £1, right? You 10x your money. Well, happy days, you take your profit. That's what the bull run does. And a lot of people have done it, right? Every dip we saw, that's exactly what happened. So yeah, money's already been made. I don't think anyone who could impact the market is thinking about money now. I think whatever's remaining there is just profits. So it will be interesting to see. Of course, are we going to have a top? Of course we're going to have a top at some point, right? But I think that's another bull run. Crazy, right? Crazy. I think we've just had our bull run. It's food for thought. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your opinions are. This is just me being crazy, right? As I said, I'm not giving you anything else today. It's just a very complete different type of an analysis that I've did. It's not based on charts or anything, it's just based on logic, right? But it should be very interesting, and I think if you all look into it, you might actually see what I'm trying to say. It makes more sense that, and these are the reasons why it won't actually dump as much as it did before, or it probably won't even dump. Even if it does dump, I think the most we could see is a 20, 30, maybe even a 40%. But I think a lot of the historical facts that we usually look at, right? So whenever we want to look at what the history has done, what it's been happening in the market, and every chart you do the same, right? I think this time it's different, and this is history being made as we look at it, right? This is history. 2020, 2021 is history being made, and the only other time this would be relevant is 10 years from now. So even 4 years from now, you can actually say the same thing. Not 4 years, 3 years from now, actually, because the next halvening is in 2024. But it will be interesting. It will be interesting. I think this is going to be some really, really cool stuff to look at. But yeah, this year I think is a historical year. This kind of cycle was a historical cycle. So I'm not even going to call it a bull run anymore. I'm going to refuse to call it a bull run. I don't think we're in a bull run anymore. I think the bull run ended in December. Pretty crazy for me to say this, but I think bull run already ended in December. We're not in a bull run anymore. We're in a new price discovery, and I don't think we're going to see these. So as I said, anyway guys, listen, let me know in the comments what you think, if I'm crazy or not. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing, because you're only going to get my honest opinions. unfiltered, honest opinions. I might even swear every now and then, but actually I'm trying to cut down on that. But other than that, guys, like, share if you find value with one other, and I'll catch you on another one, you know, just another little drive time video, and I'll give you kind of offload my mind a little bit. As I said, any subjects, just let me know in the comments, or if you have the group information, then yeah, let me know in the groups, and yeah, I'll happily answer any questions by using maths, well, mostly logic, reason, and then I'll do the maths. So I'll catch you on that one, guys. Take care. Bye bye.